What if I told you there's only 2 words that are required for you to succeed at literally everything in your life? Guys, I hope you're ready to listen to someone who's achieved nothing explain how to achieve everything in your life. Hello everybody, my name is Ponkerz. Welcome back, and today we are here again talking about how to achieve your dreams, because that seems to be the most common theme on this channel, because I want all of you to succeed. And if you guys encapsulate the thought of these 2 words I'm about to share with you, then you are almost guaranteed success. I would be amazed if you fail, if you truly encapsulate these 2 words. You want to know what these 2 words are? I would hope so. They are confidence and consistency. These 2 are just as important as eating and breathing, as to life, as to existing. You cannot achieve pretty much anything unless you are consistent and you are confident. Let me give you some examples from my life to help better this point. Most of school, I really did not do too well. I'm gonna be honest. I almost failed every year of English, and pretty low grades across the board. B, C's, a couple D's throughout the year. I really hated school. I'm terrible at school for the most part, and I can only do well in things that I really enjoy. That is what I've learned, is that if there's something that I'm passionate about, something that I think is worthwhile to me, I will throw every ounce of my energy at it, whether it be useful or not. Like, there are some Roblox games where I have way too much progress to be normal. I have spent countless hours in some stupid ass Roblox games that will never give me any value in life. But I was so passionate about them that I got to the top. Check my stair climbing simulator score. You'll be impressed. When it came to school itself, I did not put in any effort. I hated it. I hated it so much. I didn't think I was going to graduate high school, I'm going to be honest. But then came along KCTC, and I could make a whole video about how amazing that was for me. But essentially, I found a class that I enjoyed and was passionate about. And that changed everything. That opened my eyes to my future success. I didn't think I would really amount to anything with how I was doing at school. I thought there's no way I could do anything worthwhile at school, because I just sucked. I sucked at school. But the second I got to KCTC, it was topics I was passionate about, a classroom full of new faces that I really enjoyed, a teacher that was awesome, content that was amazing, and just overall, it was a great time. Both years. It was 11th and 12th grade. I had KCTC for both those years, and my 12th grade class was my EMT class. And that, oh my gosh, I studied the hell out of that class. There is no other class that I've studied harder for than that EMT class. I studied in my other classes throughout the day, senior year, for my EMT class. I would read books about EMT prep questions, and that's, if you guys know me, I am not a book reader, okay? So that just goes to show how passionate I was about it. And that was my confidence that I was going to be able to succeed, in my consistency with showing up and doing that work. Hello, Todd. Guys see him back there? He's just chilling. There was this one moment during one of our exams. We had 7 exams throughout that EMT class. And one of them was like a scenario where there's like a mannequin on the ground, and then you're supposed to come in with a first in bag, and you pretend like you're arriving on scene as an EMT by yourself. And you have someone with a little clipboard that's checking off boxes to make sure you're doing everything correctly. I was doing that in my first try. I fucked up bad. I was tweaking out. I was like, my mind was racing. I had no idea what to do. And so I just kind of went through it and forgot some major steps. And then I went back out and I failed the first time. You get 3 tries, thankfully. And my teacher, I was on the verge of tears here, because I wanted this EMT. I wanted to be an EMT so bad. And I was genuinely just scared of failure. Because my teacher, he looked at me, and I don't know why I remember this so vividly, but it really stuck with me. He said, "You are my best student. I know you can do this. You're just overthinking stuff, and you're too afraid to fail." And then that was it. And I was just like, whoa. It perfectly encapsulated what was wrong with, like, what the problem was. Like, I knew I could do it. I hate to say it, but my teacher himself told me that I was one of his best students because I studied every single day. And I was so passionate about it. And so I believed him when he said that. And I knew I could do it. I was genuinely just too afraid to fail. I didn't have that confidence in that moment. My teacher just there gave me the confidence. And so before I went in for my second try, I'm like, I just breathe, just remember the steps, and I could do it. And I went in, passed it, flying colors, almost nailed it. Perfect score. And then came along the state registry, the national exam, passed it first try. I don't know what it was. It's genuinely just, if I'm super passionate about something, if I have that confidence that I want to do something that badly, and I know I can do it. And with that, for me, that's when the consistency comes in. If there's something I'm not passionate about, there's zero consistency with me. Next thing, another example, YouTube. Once I graduated high school, fall of 2024, I started uploading videos to this channel consistently. Because this channel's like almost 6 years old now, but it's only the past year and a half or so that I've actually been really like focused in on everything. And you can go as far back as my first videos from fall of 2024, and they're like almost every video is talking about how I will not give up and I'm not gonna stop making videos. And what do you know? I'm still here. So I have the confidence that I'm gonna succeed, and I'm kind of consistent, a little bit, give or take, with my upload schedule. And there's no way I would have been able to make that video with 1,300 views if it weren't for my confidence to keep going and my consistency to keep showing up and making those videos. And man, did that feel good. Guys, that video is awesome. All the comments are talking about how the message really stuck with them, and that is really all I could ask for with this channel. So just thank you to everyone who watched that. That means the world to me. And finally, the last example I have is real estate. Just a couple months ago, I decided to get into real estate because I love houses. I love looking at houses. They're so cool. And talking to people. I love talking to people. So I was like, you know what? Why not try it? So I applied to a couple places on Indeed. This one place got back to me and they interviewed me. And for some reason, they're like, we want you. You're hired. I have zero sales experience. I have no experience in anything related to this field. I'm an EMT. All right. So kind of polar opposite fields. The only crossover is that you're talking to people and you're caring for them in a very important time in their life. So I guess that means something. So anyways, I got this online course that you could do at your own pace. And it was supposed to take 40 hours, but I probably spent closer to 70 hours or 80 hours just taking notes and rereading through everything. And I spent a lot of time. If you guys saw my other video, my life update, I showed you guys all the notes I took in my notebook, and that took months. It got to a point where I stopped listening to music in my car, and I would put on real estate exam prep questions, like an hour compilation of them, and I would just listen to them, and as I'm going to like a friend's house or work or literally anywhere I was listening to that. That goes to show how consistent I was with studying, and I was just so dedicated to this. I needed to pass this exam. And going into the exam, I didn't even really have all my confidence. I was kind of more confused than afraid because I've heard like opposite polar ends of the spectrum stories of people failing multiple times and then people passing their first try saying it was easy. So I really had no idea. But the second I got in there and I started answering those questions, literally halfway through the exam, I knew I was going to pass. Like, I just knew it. I was like, all of these questions are so easy. I don't know why I was even like a hint of worried about this. And what do you know? First try, passed it. It really is about these two things. It's the confidence that you will succeed. You tell yourself that you're gonna do this, right? You have to believe in yourself. And the consistency of showing up, doing the work. You know the deal. You've heard all these stupid ass self-help videos of these millionaires, all right? The difference here is that I'm still not a millionaire. I'm far from it. I really haven't achieved much on YouTube. I mean, I've gotten from like the 12 to 20 view range to like the averaging on 100 view range, which to me is amazing. That might not seem like a lot to any of you, but gosh, that feels so good because that is progress. That makes the world such a better place for me, guys. I could talk about how much I love YouTube forever and how much I love you guys for sticking around. But anyways, this is just a pattern I've realized in my life. And I wanted to share this with you in case you haven't heard it, or maybe it's just another reminder, because I'm sure you've heard this stuff before with the trillions of self-help videos on YouTube. This one's not any different, all right? Well, it is different. The difference here is that I'm not a millionaire and I haven't really achieved much. But, yeah, this is just things that I've noticed in my life that I hope can help you. Here's a little thing to try out, all right? I found this pretty interesting when I heard it. So, whatever goal you're trying to achieve, right? I want you to think of that goal, and I want you to either write or say this out loud. Say this out loud or write it down. Just this sentence here. And in terms of your goal, 2026 failed because I blank. You fill in the blank. I'll give you a second, all right? 2026 failed because I blank. 2026 is in like a placeholder for the achievement that you want to achieve this year. Anything you want to achieve this year. Your achievement failed because you what? I'm sure you have an answer, right? You have some sort of answer. You know that for some reason, if you were to fail, there's definitely going to be a reason for it. All right? That word, I want you to take that word. That is what you are most insecure about in terms of achieving your goal. Obviously, because that was the first thing that came to mind. That you know that that's the reason you would fail. So I want you to take that word, write it down somewhere, and look up ways or try and focus in on that one thing and fix it. Make sure that isn't gone. You don't want that in your life. Fear is the number one blockade to success. Fear is probably the most common thing you could write down. It is a very difficult thing to overcome. Fear that you're not going to succeed, or that you're wasting your time, or that some people don't believe in you. All of these different things. But if you beat fear, you win. Like, the cost of trying is either you try again or you succeed. That's really it. I'll give you an example for myself for this. So I would say 2026 failed because I was lazy. I tend to procrastinate. I'm a procrastinator. I'll admit it. I mean, with these videos too, I'm going to try and upload every Friday, and today's Saturday because I just had a lot going on. So yeah, I can see myself falling behind in a lot of my goals because of my laziness. But now that I know that laziness is my number one problem and it's what I'm most insecure about in terms of reaching my goal, I can now pinpoint the problem, name it, and fix it. I can actively work towards fixing that goal, fixing my laziness. I mean, it's worked out so far. I mean, I'm a real estate agent now. I'm working as a real estate agent. So now I have measurable progress in terms of whether I'm falling behind or if I'm on track. You know, I'm setting goals for myself weekly and I'm fulfilling those goals. And that feels great. So I hope you do the same. I hope you have something written down or something in your head that's telling you what that one word is that you can pin down and fix. I have another video that's kind of tied in with this video. It's my stop making excuses video or whatever it was called. I'll put it up in this corner. This is another great video that I've made that, I mean, the quality's not as great, but the message is still good. I had some people in the comments said it was a good message, so I'm not speaking out of my ass here. So I would suggest you go watch that video. That's a good video. Yeah, that's pretty much all I had for this video. I want you guys to just keep these two words in mind: confidence and consistency. These are really the only two things you need to succeed at pretty much anything, at least from what I've found in my life. Well, maybe passion too. Passion and confidence kind of blend together, so that's why didn't include passion, but you can include passion, confidence, and consistency. Song recommendation of the day is going to go to Someday by Shinedown. Oh my goodness gracious, I just got into Shinedown and I was truly amazed. I thought going into listening to a bunch of Shinedown songs, I thought the instrumentals would kind of all blend together and sound the same, because the vocals are amazing. Like, there's no doubt about that. The vocals are absolutely phenomenal. Whoever the lead singer is, he is amazing at his job, all right? No wonder they are so popular. But not even just the vocals, the instrumentals, the variants in the tempos and the rhythms and the melodies, just, it amazed me. It shocked me. And I was so happy with listening to Shinedown. I have like 10 songs added to my playlist now. So I would recommend listening to pretty much all of Shinedown, but I chose Someday because it's a little bit more niche than some of the other songs that I liked that were pretty like at the top of their popularity list. So I just check out Someday. I feel like it's probably just a higher chance that you haven't heard it. And so throwing it out there, go check it out. Check out all of Shinedown, why don't you? And yeah, that's all I had for this video. So keep following your dreams, live life the way you want to, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.